Everybody here to Wawasee High School for our opening boys wrestling broadcast of the season. We are at a new place for most of these Bellmont wrestling fans, and undoubtedly for all of these Bellmont wrestlers. It's been a long time since Bellmont has wrestled in this gymnasium, going all the way back to the days of the 90s and the Thanksgiving weekend Super 10s. We are excited to be here. We are on YouTube today, of course, because of the football broadcast on WZBD. We hope that everybody is checking their YouTube channels to make sure that we're good. We want to welcome everybody. We've got a good dual meet tonight between two of the top 10 teams in the preseason poll in 2A across Indiana. The visiting Bellmont Braves and the hosting Wawasee Warriors. These two teams started a new series of duels last year on the opening Friday of the season, and it was Bellmont who came away with a 36-34 victory on a pin by Henry Kukulhan in the final bout. One of the more exciting matches of the year. It was a lot of fun. We are currently awaiting lineups and information from both teams. We want to give you a rundown of both squads, their rosters, and what weights people are going to be at. We've got records from last year along with placements from last year, and we'll see what those lineups look like. Wawasee hosting, or boasting, I should say, about 25 wrestlers. Bellmont right around the 30 mark. We hope you joined us for last night's broadcast of Jay County and Columbia City. It was a fun one. Joe Caprino and I were on that call. Jay County getting the win 48-24. We'll have more wrestling for you here after Thanksgiving when we have Bellmont's match against Bishop Dwenger, which will be on WZBD. And, of course, we will also have the big one that was added to the schedule late. That was Bellmont taking on Delta. That will be a Saturday night duel all the way down at Delta, renewing that rivalry that used to be part of the Bellmont schedule for decades between the two traditional powerhouses. And then, of course, we'll have more dual meets throughout the year. The the NE8 duels. We'll have coverage of those for the Bellmont Braves on Friday, December 8th. And, of course, we'll have the ACAC duels on December 9th. A reminder, if you're just tuning in, we do have football on WZBD on 92.7. That game is going to start around 7 o'clock as Rex Brewer has the call. Rex is down in Monroe today. We're split up tonight. But this is Dane Filling bringing you all the action from Wawasee throughout the night. We are going to queue up our ads here the best we know how. We're still getting used to this YouTube thing. We're going to play a couple of ads here, and we'll be right back after these messages.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys or visit our website at devoslaw.com for more information.
Good old reliable Moen faucets have style that has been around for your lifetime and probably your parents' lifetime. Moen has taken the old-fashioned design and made a faucet with a new traditional look in chrome, antique, and polished brass finishes. New Moen faucets are backed by Moen's lifetime limited warranty against leaks and drips. Ask Baker & Sons Plumbing and Heating, 702 Nutman Avenue in Decatur about Moen faucets for a lifetime. That's Baker & Sons Plumbing and Heating.
Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. On the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
So welcome back. We are about to get underway on the JV matches. It'll be Joel Franklin from Bellmont, the freshman, and he's going to be taking on Kevin Tom from Wawasee. We'll try to bring you some of the updates along with the information that you need for the varsity match as we go through things here. We want to tell you about a couple of names from Wawasee that we're looking forward to today. The first one is Caleb Salazar, who was a state qualifier last year for Wawasee, and we're looking through the Indiana MAT rankings to give you a little bit more idea as to what the outlook is for those young men. Salazar ranked number 10 at 113 to begin the year, and his practice partner last year was Cameron Sentner, and as a freshman he qualified for the state finals and reached it. He's up to 120 according to the rankings and ranked number 17. Freshman Joel Franklin is the one on the mat for the Braves. He gets the opening takedown but yields a reversal, and as I said, we'll bring you those results as they come in. A couple of other semi-state qualifiers returning for Wawasee last year: 132 Titus Taylor, 23 and 11, and Ethan Rodriguez at 145. Both made it to semi-state. Rodriguez qualified for the ticket round the year before that. And at 195, Donovan Blair was a state qualifier last year for Wawasee. And we'll see where they have him. They have him ranked at number 18 behind Bryce Wank of Jay County at 190 pounds. So that's a little bit about the opponent for the Braves tonight. We want to go through Bellmont's lineup for you. And of course, this is always subject to change, but at 106 pounds tonight, it'll be freshman Ben Mills making his varsity debut. He'll be followed by Ethan Curtis at 113 pounds, the junior. At 120 pounds, it'll be Henry Ferrote, also a freshman. At 126 for Bellmont, it's going to be Will Franzi. He is a junior. Senior Kevin Loshi will be the 132-pounder tonight, followed by Chandler Thomas, the junior, at 138. Sam Wolpert's up at 144. That's a new weight class for those of you who are just getting into wrestling mood. Wolpert is a sophomore. Blake Luganbill, the senior, is at 150. At 157 tonight, it'll be Landon Rich. He is a sophomore. Duke Myers, the senior, is at 165. Xavier Palacios at 175 pounds is a sophomore. At 190, it'll be senior Cole Mendez. At 215, it'll be senior Keegan Martin. And at 285, it'll be sophomore Grady Baker. So those are your lineups there. We are in the second period between Franklin and Tom. And we're going to play a couple commercials here. When we come back, we'll give you that score and a little bit more information about these two teams.
Most of us take clean water for granted, but the plain truth is cities work hard to keep our waterways and stormwater sewers as clean as possible. In the field and around the neighborhood, you are the city's eyes. What you casually observe can make a difference. So if you see signs of trouble, including odd odors, unnatural water color, or signs of dumping or spills, please notify the city immediately. Be proactive. Choose to make a difference. Get more ideas on the web at decatorin.org. Have you received notification that your Medicare plan is non-renewing? Is your prescription drug plan or Medicare Advantage plan changing? Or has your Medicare supplement rate increased? If so, call Dan Kintz at Kintz Insurance for a free, no-obligation consultation. Dan is certified with the top Medicare insurers and can help you navigate through the many plans available. Give Dan Kintz a call at 728-8888. Kintz Insurance since 1966.
Make your car, truck, or van really special with accessories from Innovative Concepts Audio Video.
We offer a complete line of WeatherTech floor mats, mud flaps, wind deflectors, pickup steps, and LED lights, plus stereos, remote starts, forward and rear cameras, radar detectors, and of course, mind-blowing stereo installations.
Lights, camera, action. Innovative Concepts Audio Video can make your ride magnificent. Innovative Concepts, 1421 Manchester Street. We bring technology to you.
Quality dentistry for people of all ages. That's what you'll find at Decatur Dental Services. This is Dr. Taylor Trevere at Decatur Dental Services. We provide a wide range of dental treatment, including preventative, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry. Located at the corner of 224 East and Pickway Road in Decatur, we offer convenient office hours, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information about our practice, please find us on Facebook or visit our website at DecaturDentalIN.com.
And welcome back. It's my privilege to welcome Coach A.J. Calver into the broadcast booth. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Dane, and it's my privilege to be here on this Friday evening at Wawasee, Syracuse, Indiana. Not many high school wrestling matches take place on a Friday evening, the weekend before Thanksgiving, and we're blessed to be here to be able to do this.
Absolutely, and we were blessed last year with a great match to watch, but we weren't able to bring it to you on the radio because of the big semi-state football game, and thanks to some technology upgrades by the boss, we are now on YouTube, your first ever YouTube broadcast. You are a technological wonder, Coach.
Right, I am certainly a wonder. I don't know about technology-wise, but hey, it's going to be interesting. Wawasee's got some studs in their lineup, Dane. I'm sure you know that. They have got 3 young men who were state qualifiers a year ago, and that's going to out of that very, very difficult Northwest semi-state they've been in the last many years. Obviously now they're going to be in our semi-state in Fort Wayne, which makes a huge difference. So kids that we see tonight who are good matchups for the Bellmont wrestlers, they'll see them again come semi-state.
And it could be a lot sooner than that, Coach, because if you think about it, this Wawasee team ranked in the top 10 in 2A, somebody that they might see at Team State potentially. And Wawasee,
Jay County, right?
And at Jay County, and Wawasee also wrestles at the Al Smith.
So we could wrestle some of these guys 3 times. You've got their weight classes. I do not. Tell me about Caleb Salazar. He was a state qualifier last year. He's a senior. What weight's he going tonight?
He is ranked in the state at 113. We will see. We've got an illegal headlock there. Roger Griffith gets a call. On the mat, we have Isaiah Herman. He's wrestling Alexander Dibble. I don't know the weights or what they weighed in at. I know that the preseason rankings have Salazar at 113 and his teammate Cameron Sentner at 120. But we'll see whether those boys are down to those weights or not.
He was a state qualifier a year ago as a 9th grader. And semi-state qualifiers is Titus Taylor, a senior. We'll see what weight he's going to be wrestling in tonight. Ethan Rodriguez is another semi-state qualifier. And Donovan Blair, a senior, is their 3rd state qualifier. So
certainly a good group of young men coming back. Another storyline for this match tonight is a change in coaching leadership at Wawasee. Frank Baumgartner stepped aside, and Coach, I don't know how much we want to talk about this, but I'm willing to talk about it. Frank, I talked to him maybe the day after he decided to walk away, and he said, you know what, I took a look at my family and I took a look at my life, and I decided I couldn't do this any longer. And I thought, you know what a truthful thing to say. I think some of us are unwilling to admit that we can't balance job and family and work and coaching and all of these things. And Coach Baumgartner said, you know what, this just wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. Got young kids at home and a wife to take care of. So, kudos to him. And this Wawasee coaching staff now with Jamie Salazar at the helm is a new challenge. And, sometimes a coaching change bumps your numbers up. Sometimes a coaching change cuts your numbers down. Looks like this Wawasee team about the same numbers that they had last year, and it looks like they're set up for a pretty successful season.
Well, he comes from the program, and wasn't he a heavyweight on the team that beat Bellmont at Team State
Was
one
that
year.
97? Do you remember that match?
I remember that match vividly. Yeah.
You were coaching at Lures at the time. Now, was that the year you were involved in the Team State tournament? Did you make it out of?
No, we didn't make it out of Team State until the year 2000.
Oh, okay. So it was a few
and
years after that.
And we wrestled Bellmont.
That's right.
That
Right.
night. So, but I was there doing it on the radio, and it looked like Bellmont had it all the way. Wawasee was flipping kids around, putting the car boys in where they needed them to secure wins against some of the better Bellmont wrestlers, and it all came down to heavyweight. And lo and behold, Salazar got the job done for Wawasee.
Of course, back in the day when it always landed on the heavyweights' shoulders because they didn't start at the random weight like they do nowadays. But one thing that I really love about what Coach Myers has done with the schedule is he's identified those traditional rivalries that people have a connection to. You talk about Wawasee, people they can pull matches out of the air and say, oh man, I remember this match when we wrestled them. The same thing with Delta, who's back on the schedule. The same thing with Yorktown. I mean, you can't talk about Bellmont wrestling in the last 25 years without talking about Yorktown.
Yorktown and Delta. Muncie Central, although Muncie Central has not done what we had hoped they would do in terms of numbers and talent-wise. Other great, Snyder was back on our schedule, Dwanger back on our schedule.
Yep, those teams belong, and all of that comes from Coach Myers' decision to really get behind the idea of a conference duels, which we hadn't been doing, and the ACAC had implemented. And the ACAC, they implemented it because they had teams at all kinds of different levels, and they were using up all their schedule points to wrestle each other to satisfy their requirements for the conference, and it allowed the top teams to go out and wrestle other top teams, and it allowed the bottom teams to find teams that were similarly matched, and they've done the same thing in the NE8 now. So now at 165 pounds, we want to give you the result there. It was Alexander Tibble who got the win over Isaiah Herman in that match.
By fall.
Now at 165 pounds, again, it's Dominic Brown. And he is taking on, as soon as I see him turn around here, it looks like Jared Franklin.
Well, Jared Franklin from Bellmont got the opening takedown.
Jared Franklin's younger brother was the first JV man up, and Jared was a swimmer last year, Coach. His brother was a wrestler, and he decided to join his brother on the team. And he told me, I was talking to him a week or so ago, said that his grandfather, Al Franklin, was a wrestler way back in the day
I remember Al
at Bellmont, and that's what their connection to the sport is.
I think I might have coached Alan Franklin.
Sounds about the right time period. Hey, that gives us a chance to run a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back with more comments on the pregame right after this.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays. Mondays at Simon Manufacturing, 27 South in Bern. And in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
Welcome back here to Wawasee High School. Coach A.J. Calver, Dane Filling here. We are in the middle of the JV match. We've got plenty of information to bring you as we get ready for the varsity match. We've got a little Peterson going on here as Jared Franklin's about to, he did give up a reversal. He trails, no, he leads 7-6.
A lot of inexperience on the mat down there right now, as you can tell, Dane. And when we get to the varsity level, you're not going to see a lot of inexperience. You're going to see some tough cookies.
And this early in the year, it's so important for kids like this who've never wrestled before to get this mat time. And there he goes. Jared Franklin gets the turn and the fall. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Good for him as he starts off his JV wrestling career with a victory. And that was Dominic Brown that he pinned. And we'll see who our next match is here.
We didn't have many because they didn't match up well. Bellmont, as you looking at the lineup, has very...
I'd say that was it, Coach.
Yep, has very few numbers all the way up through about 144, 150. And Wawasee was loaded in the middle from about 132 through 55. So that was that.
So we will try to locate for you the lineup. Let's see. My wife is pointing and asking about Gavin. Is Gavin warming up or is he not? Yes, he is. He's got his headgear on and he's got his shoes on.
Gavin is going to warm up Duke.
Okay.
That's the plan. Gavin is not wrestling tonight. He's warming up Duke Myers. They believe that next weekend in Goshen that Gavin will be down to weight and will possibly get a couple of matches in. I think the plan is he's not going to do anything surgically this year until after state. He's got an issue with the shoulder that's not going to be able to be healed unless he has surgery. The doctors say, yeah, you can wrestle with it. It's going to hurt when it does, you know, when you tweak it the wrong way. And I think that Gavin wants to give it a go, wants to wrestle as hard as he can, as long as he can, and get through the state tournament and satisfy as many of his goals that he can.
Well, it's certainly a storyline to follow because he's such an impactful wrestler, both on the mat with the points that he scores and as a leader in the practice room. Somebody that everybody on the team looks up to for how hard he works, how hard he wrestles, and maybe more than anybody on the team, how much he loves the sport. The kid really, you know.
The Bellmont will have 5 captains this year. Normally they have 4, but there was a tie for that 4th position. And the captains this year will be senior Keegan Martin, senior Duke Myers, senior Blake Luganbill, and Blake was thrilled about the opportunity to be a leader on this team. He's very happy of the fact that his teammates gave him the honor to be a captain of this year's team. Sam Wolpert is also a captain, along with Gavin Davis. So those are your 5 captains.
And you've got a lot of different personalities there. That's a good mix. You know, Blake Luganbill has a very different demeanor than what Sam Wolpert does. But you put them all together, and they really are, from watching the first couple weeks of practice this year, they really are the team leaders.
I've never seen Blake Luganbill smile so much in my entire life as I've seen tonight. He just had a big grin on his face walking in after weigh-ins and getting ready to go. And I said, have a great year this year. He said, I'm going to have a great year.
And that's what it's all about when it comes down to it. A really nice crowd coming in here. You would not expect on a regular night of high school wrestling, 90 minutes away, to have this many Bellmont people here. But they probably didn't want to listen to us on YouTube, so they decided they might as well just drive here and watch it.
Now, we do have video going on. Is that right, Dave?
No, just audio only.
Oh, we don't have video tonight.
No, we're not that kind of outfit.
I thought, man, I dressed for success tonight.
No, we are audio only tonight. So
Okay, well,
boys are warming up. Wawasee in some white warm-ups with some green trousers. Bellmont in their blue tops.
if you're interested, the high school football game between North Judson and Adams Central will kick off at 7:30. We're going to have our guys there. Rex will be there. Rex Brewer along
If he can get through his supper. You know, I heard the hospitality room supper was a full catered. You know how Rex likes his.
He likes his food. There's no question.
Nope, we're in our usual spot on the end of the press box.
With Mike Mockey, will Mike be joining?
No,
him?
well, Mike is on the microphone at Bellmont for the girls' basketball game with Jay County. It's Rex and Dave Nathan tonight on the call. And, of course, if Adams Central wins, we will be live at Lucas Oil Stadium on Friday as the Jets take on either Indianapolis Lutheran or Sheridan. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff, and should be a great game. And we hope that Adams Central can come up with 2 wins and win one for the small public schools in northern Indiana.
And that Lutheran squad has had their number the last couple of years, and they've had some great talent. And you wonder if has the talent graduated, because North Judson is asking the same question about Adams Central.
They're waiting. For
has Adams Central's talent graduated?
Well, the good news for North Judson is they don't have to worry about Adams Central next year because they're going to be in 2A because of the success factor.
Adams Central's moving up.
Yeah. Now, interesting note about Indianapolis Lutheran, and this applies for Adams Central fans, football fans, and wrestling fans. We are going to have the head coach of Indianapolis Lutheran's wrestling team as a guest on our show on Sunday night. He's going to be calling in. He's going to be talking about Indianapolis City Wrestling and small school wrestling down in Marion County with all those big township schools around them. And he's also going to talk a little bit about Lutheran's football teams and the guys who play both sports. So look forward to that.
I'm sure
one.
they've got several that wrestle and play football.
Yes, and he was just telling me the other day that he has what was his name? Hayden Filipovich, who was a state champ for Lutheran a couple years ago.
Yep.
And we have a request for an iPhone charger. We got so many chargers around here, but I don't know if we got an iPhone charger. Anyways, we are 14 minutes away from the anthem and the first whistle.
You were talking about
types of things.
Hayden
Filipovich from Lutheran. And so the coach from Lutheran was telling me about how it's so great to have a D1 wrestler as an alumni, because you're able to tell your kids who you're trying to get to recruit out, look, this is what our program can produce. Wrestling at Purdue, getting involved, coming back, speaking to the team, all of those types of things. And it's kind of funny because when you talk about football and you talk about Lutheran, of course, everybody wants to talk about small indie schools recruiting from all over the place and grabbing guys. But he has the opposite complaint. He says he can't hold on to guys because they're a small program with not a whole lot of history. And anybody who has any success, they get pulled away from his program and out to the bigger township schools. So it's kind of interesting how in one sport it works one way, and in another sport it works a different way. But wrestling's a whole different animal from football.
Talking about collegiate wrestlers, Dane, Dobie Litchfield will be wrestling tomorrow at Concordia up in Wisconsin. I'm not sure if Mr. Freet will be wrestling in that event. I think he will.
Dobie suffered a really strong concussion 3 or 4 weeks ago and wasn't sure what his season was going to look like.
But he came back from that and made weight and wrestled last weekend. So he won a couple matches, so he's doing better. I talked to his father, and he's looking forward to this weekend.
Well, with that, let's play a few more commercials here, and we'll be right back with some more pre-match notes after these messages.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. For 71 years, the Kelly Automotive Group has serviced your automotive needs in Northeast Indiana and in Ohio. Kelly offers 14 brands of new vehicles and has over 500 used vehicles in stock. Kelly values your business and works hard for bank approval for all credit types. Visit drivekelly.com and stop at any friendly Kelly dealership. In Decatur, visit 1313 South 13th Street on U.S. Highways 27 and 33. Drive Kelly and drive with confidence. Adams Sports Medicine provides certified athletic trainers at many high school athletic events. These trainers specialize in injury prevention. Dr. Robert Kinney is board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation as well as sports medicine, while Dr. David Coates is board certified in orthopedic surgery. Both Adams Medical Group physicians will be there to provide non-surgical and surgical care. Visit adamshospital.org or call 1-833-724-DOCS to schedule an appointment.
Town & Country Auctioneers has teamed up with Shaw Real Estate to offer you the most comprehensive auction and real estate services in the area. Whatever real estate or personal property you're buying or selling, we have you covered. We provide our customers with the utmost care in handling you or your loved one's property. You can contact Mitzi Gardner or myself, Corbin Boltzmeyer, at 260-724-8899 to walk with you every step of the way throughout the process. Town & Country is at 211 North 13th Street, Decatur, Indiana.
And welcome back to our YouTube broadcast. We are 10 minutes away from Wawasee hosting the Bellmont Braves.
Opening match for both schools, 0-0. These two teams, as Dane told us earlier, could meet not just tonight, but also at Team State, also see each other individually at the Al Smith in Mishawaka, and at Semi-State. So they could see each other 4 times this year.
A lot of conversation this year about the changes to the state tournament as they took Rochester. For Rochester, they win 2 semi-state titles, and what does the IHSAA do? Here, why don't you go up to East Chicago and wrestle there?
All the big schools.
And so the 2-time defending semi-state champions at Fort Wayne will not even be there, as instead they will have to go up to the northwest corner of the state, the region, and in comes Wawasee and a couple of other teams, but certainly going to change the look of things. And there were shifts all over. Huntington North is back over to the Peru Regional. They're no longer in the Carroll Regional. There's some changes up north. A lot of domino effects with school closings and that kind of thing. We used to have Elkhart Central and Elkhart Memorial. They're down to 1 school. South Bend schools are closing. And there are more programs falling away because of schools closing than there are new programs coming up each year, and the IHSAA has had to adjust.
Dane, we've also got new weight classes this year. We haven't talked about that. The weight classes are pretty much the same down low. 106, 113, 120, 126, 132, and 138. That did not change. The changes start right here. It'll go to 144, then 150, then 157, 165, 175, 190, 215, and heavyweight. So what the state has done is they've eliminated one of the upper weight classes.
Yeah, there's a lot of criticism from teams who have good big guys saying, hey, wait a minute. And Adams Central's one of those. They had 4 guys who were all coming back, who were regional, semi-state qualifiers, state qualifiers, including Zach Worm up top at heavyweight, and they're thinking, hold on a second, what was 4 spots for 4 returning guys is now down to 3. So certainly it's made an impact here for the Bellmont team too.
Well, it hasn't hurt Bellmont because they weren't very deep upper weights. They've got at 175 this year, Xavier Palacios, who, what did he wrestle last year, Dane? Under 150, 145, 140 maybe.
Yeah, he was at 45 and 52 for part of the year.
Now he's at 175. Coach Myers gave him the opportunity. He said, you want to go up or do you want to go down? And Xavier said, I think I'd like to eat and get strong, and I'm going to go up. So he'll be at 75. Cole Mendez, who took his lumps wrestling back up last year, will be at 190, which is a better weight for him. Keegan Martin, a State Streeter last year. He'll be at 215. That weight class dropped from 220 to 215. And Grady Baker, a sophomore for Bellmont, will be Belmont's heavyweight. So that's how Belmont's lineup's going to look from 175 up. From 65 on down, Duke Myers at 165. He wrestled 170 last year, and he's going to plan to wrestle 165 at Michigan State. If you haven't heard yet, Duke has signed with the Sparties at Michigan State. He is going to get a terrific scholarship offer. I'm not going to divulge what I know, but I talked to Coach Myers, and he's thrilled about the amount of help that he's getting from Michigan State to go wrestle Division I. At 157, Landon Rich is in there tonight in place of Gavin Davis. Blake Luganbill will be Belmont's 150-pounder. Sam Wolpert at 144. Chandler Thomas is back this year at 138, not cutting any weight. Kevin Loshi at 132. Will Franzi at 126. Henry Farrote, the freshman, at 120. Ethan Curtis up from 6 last year to 13 this year. And Ben Mills at 106. Belmont does not have much depth in their Dane. They need to stay healthy. They need to stay injury-free.
4 guys covering the 4 bottom weights. Thankfully, they can all fit into a weight class, but not a whole lot of flexibility there and no room for injury and no room to bump anybody.
No.
That's another important thing. As important as duels are to Belmont, that's going to play a big role. And, Coach, if you weren't confused enough by the new weight classes, the girls are wrestling an entirely different set of weight classes. The match we had last night at Columbia City, at least they're easy to remember because they're 100, 105, 110, 115 as you go up. But a lot of new numbers to remember, but it happens every once in a while. 10, 15, 20 years.
Now, the state said if they sanctioned girls wrestling, that girls could not wrestle against boys. They have not sanctioned girls wrestling, have they?
No, they have not.
So girls can wrestle against boys if they so choose, and you know who I'm referring to. That would be Miss Ocampo, who's no longer at Snyder.
And her sister.
She is back at New Haven, and she's got a little sister, right.
Yeah, we talked about it last night on the broadcast, and it's going to be interesting to see what New Haven does on the weigh-in side of things, because you can only weigh in so many times. You can't just wrestle every varsity match and every JV match and every girls tournament there is. So Coach Jimmy Lynn's going to have his hands full trying to figure out when best to use. And, you know,
are they both 106 pounders?
No, Isabel's actually heavier than Juliana is,
okay.
I think. But, you know, he's got two really quality wrestlers. We're not talking about a 106-pounder who's filling an empty weight class and taking forfeits. We're talking about an Al Smith champ who you can't afford to take out of your lineup on a Saturday when you're supposed to wrestle 5 times. If you've got matches that you want to win with dreams of winning the NE8, of winning, a spot at Team State, all of those things are going to be important for them. And it'll be interesting to see what he does with those girls as far as when they wrestle and when they don't.
Dane, you're the guru of information. Do you have the scuttlebutt as to why there was a coaching change at Snyder?
I do not. Honestly, I do not. I have never really heard what happened there. I just know that that Juliana went back to New Haven. I think Coach Lynn's happy to have her. Sam will be an assistant coach, who did Snyder even hire?
Ton.
That's right. A guy who was a state runner-up for Wayne.
Yeah.
Correct?
I coached against him. He was a tough nut wrestler back in the day, back in around 2000.
I remember.
He's got a son that's about 106 pounds.
I remember him wrestling Adam Butcher at semi-state some 20 years ago. Well, Coach, let's run through another round of commercials, and we'll be right back with more information here on WZBD.
You may not know it, but Hitzer Patio and Fireplace is the perfect gift center for most everyone on your gift list.
Big Green Egg Grills,
gift certificates,
tabletop pellet grills,
Pelican premium coolers,
cast iron kettles, and Dutch oven. Unique gift ideas for special people on your gift list.
Hitzer, 269 East Main Street in Bern.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA. 9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. You've gone the distance. Welcome to 9 Mile.
Dave Nathan from the Z-Team here for the All-American gas stations in Monroe, Hoagland, Monroeville, Ossian, and throughout Z-Land, and it's happening again. The All-American stores not only give to countless charities, but they're also supporters of local high school athletics here on ZBD. The next time you need gas or a quick snack, stop in for a cold fountain pop, an energy drink, or a hot meal. From Monster Energy drinks to Snickers bars, from smoothies to a hot meal on the go, it's all at your local All-American stores. Check out the All-American Stores official Facebook page for more details and sales. The All-American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do, and then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's SureFlow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at SureFlow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call SureFlow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. SureFlow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
And welcome back here to Wawasee High School, and we are about to get to the national anthem, so we're going to go ahead and play a few more spots.
Every child has the right to the financial support from both parents, regardless of whether the parents are married, live together, or live separately. Please call the Adams County Prosecutor's Office if you need help with establishing paternity, obtaining a child support order, or enforcing of a child support order. In some cases, failure to pay child support can result in criminal charges. The Adams County Prosecutor's Office will diligently and aggressively pursue the collection of support from those who try to avoid this responsibility. There is no cost to get the help of the Prosecutor's Office. If you need help, give the office a call today at 724-5362 or visit adamscountyprosecutor.com. Does your smile need work? Maybe it's time for a cleaning and exam. Visit Laura Kugelhahn, DDS, and her knowledgeable, caring staff at Complete Smiles on North Main Street in Bluffton. Dr. Kugelhahn would love to help you maintain your dental health or transform your smile. Whatever your needs might be, Complete Smiles is there to help you. Dr. Kugelhahn is currently accepting new patients. Call 824-3100 to schedule an appointment.
When you walk out of the cold winter weather, you expect your home to be as warm as it was when you left in the morning. If you're worried about the heat in your home, call Kevin McIntyre. Don't get called for stalling, because once your furnace has gone out, you're already too late. McIntyre Heating and Air Conditioning can install a new furnace to meet your needs, or Kevin can service your existing furnace. A proud member of the Decatur community for decades, Kevin is a trusted repairman and installer of new furnaces. Call McIntyre Heating and Air Conditioning.
This is Ed Thurman, and I've driven across every highway and bridge in Indiana calling high school games on the radio since 1972. We take those bridges and overpasses for granted sometimes, but knowing they're made right here in Decatur at Pre-Stress puts me at ease and allows me to focus on the game. If you're looking for a career right here in Adams County, starting at over $20 an hour, go to PreStressServices.com and click on Careers. From general labor with no experience to driving those long beams to the job site with your CDL, Pre-Stress might just have the job you're looking for.
And welcome back here to, I'll get you here. It's hard to see. They were doing this to us all night last night, Coach.
Turning the lights out
At Columbia City, and they do it after every single bout. And as soon as you're about to write down the score, boom, the lights went out. And that darn eagle they got in the corner over there at Columbia City, it started lighting up. Fog started coming out of its orifices. It was a whole other deal. But we do have some lineups here for you. Why don't you just send that to my phone, and then we'll do it that way. That'll be easiest. So they got the spotlight on here.
Dan, we're going to start tonight at 2:15.
Okay, that's good information to have. And kind of cool, the spotlight exactly matches the extent of the mat itself. Oh, I thought that was the flag that they were bringing down. They got a little slideshow going on here, and we're in the wrong spot to see it. We have no idea what it is.
I'm guessing it's the varsity wrestlers doing their thing. Yeah, it's interesting to see whether they're going to wrestle against Keegan Martin tonight at 2:15. Donovan Blair is a senior, and he was a state qualifier last year. He wrestled Henry Kukulhan in the ultimate match to decide last year's dual meet, and Kukulhan defeated Blair in that one. Blair then went on to win, or at least finish in the top 4 at semi-state, and he went to state, and Henry did not. But so I don't know what weight class Donovan Blair is wrestling in tonight. It'd be great to see him wrestle 2:15.
Taking a look at the lineup, it looks like Donovan Blair is going to be the hammer for Wawasee in the final weight.
At what, at 190?
Yes. And it looks like, according to the paper that I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 forfeits to start the night for Wawasee, as both Martin and Baker will receive a forfeit. A little bit disappointing for us as Bellmont fans, but certainly something that's going to swing the match much to Belmont's favor, getting 12 points up there at the top.
Who's starting at 106, Dane? Why don't you help me out here?
At 106 pounds, according to the book, we have Ben Mills, and his high school wrestling career is going to start against a young lady, Carly Clevenger. We saw her warming up, and so she'll be the very first match that we get to call this season. Clevenger is not listed on the lineup for them. Oh my, this is the joys of being a high school announcer sometimes, Coach. You never know what you're going to get. The young lady's name isn't even on the program that they handed to us. Anyways, we'll bring you all of the information as it comes through. We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, and we have some great sponsors this year that are new to the broadcast. We want to acknowledge Johnson's Auto Sales on the corner of 13th Street and Adams in Decatur, where you always drive quality at a better price. They're proud to be a wrestling booster. And of course, the all-time greatest BHS wrestling booster, Becky Cochran, certified public accountant, 165 North 2nd Street in Decatur, is proud to be a Bellmont Braves wrestling booster. There are some great opportunities out there, Coach, to support the Bellmont program in the coming weeks. If you're wanting to know when these boys are going to be wrestling, there's scheduled posters out there to buy. You can purchase them from anybody on the team or from Coach Myers or at one of the home matches. And next week, you'll have the opportunity to buy the 2023-24 Bellmont Wrestling Media Guide. That'll be on sale from any of the wrestlers on the team here next week. See, now they do have a young man that they sent out at 285. Another centener, it sounded like. Trayvon Senders, sorry. Similar last names. And are we going to be in the dark the whole time here, Coach? I'm getting the feeling that that's the way it is, based on the lamps that are on the table over there. We should have brought our little USB flashlights.
Yeah, I've got my phone light. You've got a flashlight on your phone, Dan.
I'm going to have to use it, I think. That's okay. It's going to be fun. So here at 215 pounds, we're going to start. And the Bellmont girls must not have had the book filled out completely, Coach. So I'm going to take back what I said about the forfeits earlier. There are names in all the weights. So at 215 pounds, it's going to be Keegan Martin, and he's going to be taking on Derek Morrison, a sophomore.
Well, that's a good thing. We wanted a match for Keegan. Wanted a match for everybody. You drive this far, you spend all that time and effort to get to weight and to sacrifice to be ready to go and wrestle for Bellmont. You don't want to get a forfeit. So it looks like Keegan Martin will start out for Bellmont at 2:15, wrestling Derek Morrison. Josh Howard is our official on the mat for this one. We've got Josh Howard and Roger Griffith both here tonight, and they're going to alternate doing matches. Coach Salazar, Jamie Salazar, the head coach from Wawasee, is sending his wrestlers out there. See if we can get an announcement here.
So at 2:15 from Bellmont, we have Keegan Martin.
Okay.
And from Wawasee, Trayvon Sender.
Okay, so now we got a change already. Trayvon Sender is your man. Trayvon
Sender, a junior, and we are underway. Snap down by Martin. Martin spins, goes behind, has the opening takedown. Quickly, 2-0 Martin to Bellmont. Martin used a nice heavy hand, snapped him down, went around behind. Martin looks like he's got about 28 pounds on Mr. Sender. Martin now working a crossface. Sender trying to reach up, take that off, does a good job of taking that hand off. Martin's going to cut him loose. So the score is now 2-1. Martin of Bellmont with the lead. Another quick snap by Martin. Sender stays squared up in the middle. Martin on the attack. Martin inside, duck under, behind, takedown. Martin of Bellmont, 4-1 the score. Martin goes for a far arm. That's a Wilson. He's going to try to pull that arm through and square him up, take him right to his back. He's done it. Martin's got him on his back. Martin's trying to corkscrew that and gain control of the arm. Get the legs under control, both shoulders down for 2 seconds, and the match is over. Martin's got the double grapevine in. Martin looks like he's got him pretty well put away, and it's over. Elapsed time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. Keegan Martin of Bellmont is your fall winner. Bellmont up 6-0.
Great job there by Keegan. Picking up the fall, sticking with it. I think you know your man is pinned when he raises his hand at the official and says, hey, I'm done. Get me out of this. Certainly with the reputation that Keegan Martin has, that's the way that it goes.
Grady Baker wrestling for Bellmont here.
Yep, Baker on his feet now, taking on Morrison, who was originally listed at 215. Morrison a sophomore, Baker a sophomore.
Derek Morrison.
Baker worked a snap down to start. Now there, front headlock, works the snap down. Baker, a very aggressive young man, had a good football season. Morrison works out of that. They go back to the center. Morrison in on a single leg, and it was quick, and he gets behind Baker. He's got a whizzer in, fights it off, and they go towards the out-of-bounds line, and a nice job there by Baker of fighting that one off.
That whizzer can be a wrestler's best friend defensively, and Baker made it work for him.
And I think what the coaches have found with Grady, a very coachable young man and somebody who's ready to listen and learn. And I don't know if he necessarily came into this season thinking he was going to be a heavyweight, but sometimes you got to coach a kid a little bit different when he's wrestling at heavyweight. Nice double leg there by Morrison.
Good
sprawl by Baker. Baker trying to spin around now. Morrison doing his best to pull in that right leg of Baker. Baker does a nice job of sprawling out. They're back to their feet now. 52 seconds left in the first period. Baker adjusts his headgear, goes back to the center of the mat. We're wrestling in the dark tonight. It's an interesting setting. It reminds me a little bit of an old Homestead duel. They used to love that spotlight that they put under their scoreboard. Adams Central likes to wrestle in the dark occasionally in the hangar. Baker's still fighting for position. They separate. Two pretty similarly sized kids here, Coach.
Both about 195, 200 pounds.
Yeah, nowhere near the 285, that's for sure. Not on the Juan Cruz and Worm level. Nice little trip there by Baker. He gets the takedown for the opening points, and now he's got a cradle. A Baker with a cradle. Can you imagine that?
Hard to believe.
He's trying to lock it up now. He's on the right-hand side.
Morrison was the guy that tried the trip, and Baker countered that trip and scored the opening takedown. Coach Myers said, we're not going to shoot any double legs. We're not going to go underneath and get flattened out. We're going to defend, and we're going to stay in good position.
So Grady Baker with a 2-0 lead. The opening takedown. And
Bellmont leads 6-0 on the team board.
Derek Morrison chooses bottom. Tries to turn initially. Baker doing a nice job of putting pressure up. Morrison tries to work up from his base to his feet. Now back down to his knees. Baker putting a lot of pressure. Reaches across for the far elbow.
Better crossface there.
He's working it around. He's going to walk it over just like Martin did in the first period of his match, but now works across again. He's around behind again, reaching for that far elbow.
He's knocked Morrison off of his base to his stomach is where he needs to be.
Baker still in good position. Morrison trying to work up. Minute 15 left here in the second period. Baker with the lead. Now he's got him flat on his stomach, which is right where Baker wants him.
Now you can think about a half Nelson. Baker's still going to work that corkscrew.
He's got it locked up on the elbow, but he can't get Morrison to turn, and he comes all the way around and covers from behind again. Josh Howard gives some words of encouragement to somebody, and Baker's trying to wrap up a cradle again. He had it there for a second, but couldn't get his hands locked. And we get a green stalling. That'll be stalling on bottom for those of you listening at home.
That's Morrison from Wawasee.
It's always nice when the guy in the green singlet is the guy wearing the green ankle band. Sometimes when they get the opposite, it's hard. And there Morrison gets to his feet quickly and gets the escape for his first point of the bout.
15 seconds remaining, period number 2.
See if Baker can find another shot. Morrison was quick on a couple of shots in the first period, but couldn't finish them. Nice defense by Baker. 5 seconds left here. Throw by there by Morrison, and that's how it's going to end. And it's going to be Baker's choice. He's got a 2-1 lead.
Well, he needs to go down. Let's see if he's going to do it or not. Nope, he's going to go neutral.
He's going to go neutral.
I don't blame him.
We had a tight match last night at Columbia City, and the girl looked over at the coaches, and all 3 Jay County coaches were giving her 3 different symbols. One was going down, one was going top, and one was going neutral. She chose the guy in the middle. So they're on their feet. Baker has a 2-1 lead. Bellmont has a 6-0 lead. He's in good position here now.
Takedown.
And he gets the takedown.
Let the other guy make a bad shot, and he defended it. That was good, smart wrestling.
With the stalling warning on Morrison now, Baker in great position here. He was dominant on top for over a minute. He's got a cradle locked up here for the first time. He's got it going. He needs to hold on to it. He gets the near fall for it, and he readjusts there for a second. I thought he was going to finish it. So 2 near fall. If you hear us hesitating, once again, we want to reiterate, we are in the dark here. 2 near fall for Baker. He leads now 6-1 in good position.
Dane, some people would claim that's a lifetime affliction.
You might be right. Baker again trying to wrap up that cradle, bring the head to the knee. He gets behind. Now they're in the center of the mat. Coach Salazar.
Just half Nelson, attaboy. Get out to the side, run the dang thing. He'll turn over.
There he goes.
Just like that.
Just like Coach said, and over he goes. He's on the left-hand side. He's got that left shoulder up in the air.
Get it in deep.
Right wrist control. He switches over to the right. Josh Howard all over it. There's another stalling warning on Morrison, and it's a point for Baker, and now he's thinking about, can I get an extra point out of this with 24 seconds left? He's up 7-1.
He needs a near fall, Dan.
He needs 2 near fall, and we're going to get a blood time. With that, Coach, let's play an advertisement here.
When you're doing...
Or let's turn on the volume.
When you're doing new construction or remodeling and you need drywall, the name to call is Paul Baker Drywall. Paul Baker Drywall does championship caliber work and gives you free estimates. Paul uses all the latest styles for your approval, and his work is always guaranteed. Give Paul a call today at 701-4388. That's 701-4388. When it's time for drywall, use the best, Paul Baker Drywall.
And welcome back. We are still in blood cleanup time here.
20 seconds remain in this match. 7-1, Grady Baker of Bellmont leading Derek Morrison of Wawasee. This is the second bout of the evening. The opening match, Keegan Martin took 1 minute and 9 seconds to dispatch of Jackson Sentner. So Bellmont with a 6-0 team lead and looking to add on to that.
And this break does nothing but help Baker, in my opinion. He gets a little bit of coaching. Coach is telling him, look, in 20 seconds you can do this to try to get 2 points. And Baker has been dominating him on top already. So here we go. See what Baker has in store. A quick stand up by Morrison. He gets out. So now it's going to need to be a takedown and some near fall. But I think Baker's just going to play it safe, defend as he did earlier in the match. 5 seconds, and a really nice win there by Grady Baker as he gets his heavyweight career started. He almost got a takedown there at the buzzer, but it's a 7-2 victory, and Bellmont takes a 9-0 lead.
Did exactly what he had to do. Coach Myers talked about it early on. Going to take no risks, no bad double leg takedowns, just going to stay in good position. Now a freshman, Dane, Ben Mills, coming out for his first varsity match. Wrestling a young lady, Carly Clevenger, I believe you said her name was.
I believe that is correct. We'll look at the book here one more time.
So Mills versus Clevenger, and here we go underway. Mills with some heavy hands, Clevenger backing up. Mills on a leg attack, has a single leg picked up, dumps it down. The opening takedown goes to Bellmont's Ben Mills. Mills forces on the head, gives up the escape. And now it's a 2-1 score. Mills on the shot, on the leg attack, has a single leg picked up. He's behind and has another takedown. So Ben Mills with 2 quick takedowns. Now Mills is going to look to hook up a side cradle. Bow and arrow cradle, some people call it, or a side cradle. Out to the side, head in the leg, but Clevenger doing a nice job of fighting that off. Clevenger of Wawasee trailing 4-1, but now a crossface cradle by Mills. He's got that inside shoulder down. That thing's over. Josh, get down there and look. There's nothing up. Ben Mills has got the pin. 59 seconds is the elapsed time for Ben Mills for another Bellmont 6-pointer. Bellmont now on top 15-0.
59 seconds, you say. Nice job there by Mills at taking care of business and keeping the train rolling for the Braves. We get Ethan Curtis now.
This is Caleb Salazar. This is their stud.
Salazar, a state qualifier last year, and away we go. Salazar with the first shot. Curtis reacts. They go to the edge of the mat. Curtis backing up a little bit. He gets warned immediately by Josh Howard. Stay in the center. Roger Griffith off to the side. As we mentioned earlier, the spotlight works perfectly around the outside of the mat. Nice job there by Salazar. He spins around, gets the opening takedown on Curtis. Curtis got off to a great start last year between the Wawasee match and the Goshen duels. Salazar has the legs in. He's raking Curtis over and about to get near fall here.
This could be the toughest match Ethan Curtis is going to see all the way up until Christmas.
Definitely a possibility. The Braves will have a lot of matches in by Christmas. It's a very busy schedule, actually busier than last year. Although we have heard that the Goshen duels are short a team or two. Not anything we wanted to hear. But we'll see if they can fill those spots and make sure that the Braves get 10 matches in. May end up seeing a B team or something. Salazar in control here, but not really in a position to score. 50 seconds left. Salazar leads 2-0. Curtis trying to work his way out. He's on the edge of the mat. Still on his belly, trying to get up to his base.
Curtis was outmatched last year in terms of size and strength. He's grown quite a bit, and at 113, it's tough to turn him.
Ethan dealt with a few injuries during cross-country season 2, so we hope that he can get healthy and at his best. Now Salazar again working that right shoulder over. Straddling Curtis with 10 seconds left. It gets called for potentially dangerous.
Good thing. 15-0. Bellmont leads on the team board. Salazar here at 113 has the opening takedown. He leads 2-0.
Salazar ranked 10th in the state at 113, as he should be as a returning state qualifier. See if Curtis can find anything here in these last 10 seconds, but Salazar immediately puts the legs in and looks for the same move, I think. Josh Howard warns him again, and the buzzer goes, and first period ends with a 2-0 score. Curtis has the choice, and he defers. Salazar doesn't even think about it. He goes down. See if he looks for a reversal or looks to get to his feet and turn and get back to his offense. Goes straight to his feet, turns, easy escape. 3-0 now, Salazar leads. Curtis trying to react. Salazar fakes a shot, tries to set it up. Quick fake. Nice shot there by Curtis, but defended well by Salazar. Salazar now in a front headlock position looking for a Dobie Litchfield shuck, and he gets one. And he gets the takedown with it. Not exactly textbook, but it worked.
Good enough.
And now we're right back where we were in the first period with Salazar with the legs in, trying to cause a little bit of pain to Curtis in both shoulders. He's got the left shoulder over, and for the first time he's going to get near fall, and Ethan's going to have a hard time getting out of this. Salazar has a hold of his left wrist. He's got 3 near fall locked up. Ethan trying to get back to his belly, but Salazar's got that left wrist, and he's not allowing him to turn. Curtis can't really go the other way. Just continuing to bridge. Howard looking more closely now, and he does try to adjust, and that's where the fall is going to come. 3 minutes and 12 seconds as Caleb Salazar gets Wawasee on the board.
Bellmont now leads at 15-6 as we go to 120. Have you talked to the officials about taking time out between matches, Dane?
We have not. We're in a good spot on our ads, and we should be good to go.
Who do we have for Wawasee on the mat? Do we know?
For Wawasee, according to the book that we were given, it is Jackson Sentner, who wrestled a little bit of varsity last year, but the record I have for him last year is 2-11. So definitely an opportunity here for Henry Ferrote to...
Well, Henry's trying to work his way around behind after the opening takedown attack by Sentner, and Ferrote's got the takedown. So young Mr. Henry Ferrote opens his high school career with a takedown on a defensive counter, and he'll take a 2-0 lead as we wrestle here with 1:35 to go, period number 1. Roll through, a nice tilt by Ferrote. Ferrote's going to score near fall points off this tilt. Well, we've seen that a few times over the years. Nice job by Henry, and that's going to be a near fall worth 2 points, so it's 4-0. Ferrote has the lead over Sentner of Wawasee. Bellmont on top, 15-6 on the team board. First period, 120 pounds. Henry Ferrote's had a good couple of weeks of practice. Ferrote goes back in for another tilt. He's got the wrist control. He gets under the hips. He works the tilt, and he's going to score a near fall with it. Was it a 2 or a 3? It was a 3, so a 3-point near fall makes it 7-0. So Henry's making a living on this tilt series, and I don't blame him. He's making it work. Henry maintains control, staying behind, working arm control, keeping good pressure on Sentner's hips, keeping him down on the mat. When Sentner pops up, that's when Henry will get up underneath the hips and roll through and get a tilt. Henry's working out to the side now. He's got an overhook with his left arm and a wrist control with his right hand. Henry's trying to work a half Nelson now with the right hand, and it's not there. Continuing to work out to the side. Henry now working an arm bar, works it to 90 degrees, chicken wings it. Timeout, end of 1. It's been all Henry Ferrote here as he leads it 7-0. Bellmont on top, 15-6, team board.
in our 5th bout of the night here.
Start this second period on our feet. Henry working hand control out front. Sentner drops it on a leg but doesn't penetrate. He's got his head down. He's just locking on a leg. That's not effective for scoring. That might take some time off the clock. Henry now continuing to work around, cut the corner. And Henry has cut the corner, has scored the takedown, and now leads 9-0. Henry now working a facelift with his right arm. He's got the leg in, and he's got near fall points. So Ferrot's going to score either a 2 or 3 point near fall here, as he's got lots of time, 1:20 to go, period number 2, 12-0. A tech fall is when you're ahead 15-0, and Henry's in great shape to make that happen right here in the second period, as he has a 12-0 lead with 1:08 to go in this second period. Bellmont leading 15-6 on the team board. You score 5 points for a tech fall, 6 for a pin, 3 for a straight decision. Henry Ferrot still working on top, goes upper body now, trying to work a chicken wing and a wrist control. Sentner does a better job of working to his base now. Sentner stands up and he's out. So Sentner scored an escape, his first offensive points. Ferrot now level changing, shot by Sentner, and we stopped it as a potentially dangerous, I think, on Henry's knee. So they quickly stopped it. They remain neutral with 31 seconds to go, period number 2. Ferrot to Bellmont. Nice to have a Ferrot back in the lineup. Nice double leg by Henry, and Henry scores a takedown to make it 14-1. So a 2 point near fall could finish it this period. Henry's got the wrist and locked up. He's going to work on that tilt. 15 seconds left. There's really no need to hurry this thing. If it happens, it happens. Got another 2 minutes to wrestle here. 6 seconds remaining, period number 2. Ferrot with a 14-1 lead, and we will go into the third period. Ferrot leading 14-1. Bellmont with 15 team points, and Wawasee with 6. Sentner says, let's go to our feet. Let's go neutral. So a Ferrot takedown here will win it. Ferrot walks into him, walks directly in, which is not a good idea. You need to circle in. Ferrot pushes down on the head, spins, working to cut the corner. Sentner reaches up for a leg, desperately trying to stay squared up. Not doing a great job of it. Ferrot looking to free that leg and get around behind. This takedown will clinch the match. Ferrot reaches for a back ankle. Ferrot has yet to clear that right leg of his. Now he's got it cleared, and there's the takedown to make it 16-1. Henry Ferrot starts his high school career off with a tech fall win. Bellmont now with 20 team points to the 6 of Wawasee.
And Coach will play an ad here.
Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur is hands down the best auto body repair shop in the Midwest. That's why your friends and neighbors give Bowers Paint Studio a 5-star rating on Facebook. Your family ride get dinged in an accident? Take it to Bowers for a free estimate. Need a custom paint job for your collectible car or motorcycle? Bowers Paint Studio is the place to go. Nate works with all the insurance companies and can help you get a loaner. That's Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Welcome back here at 126 pounds. Bellmont has a 20-6 lead. We've got Will Franzi taking on a returning state qualifier in Cameron Sentner. Sentner ranked in the top 20 in the state by Indiana Matt. Sentner attempts a single leg. Franzi backs out of it. Bellmont in good position right now in the team score. They've only dropped just one match so far. A couple of falls by Keegan Martin and Ben Mills.
Senior Caleb Salazar shows us why he's ranked 10th in the state as he pinned Ethan Curtis.
Franzi and Sentner kind of feeling themselves out right now. Couple of taps to the head, couple of similar hairstyles there. Oh, and a big throw by Sentner, and he's got Franzi on his back. And Sentner's going to get the fall there. There it is. It took 1 minute and 10 seconds. It didn't last long once the throw is there.
Over and under. He caught Franzi coming at him.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm, because State Farm agent Nick Rumschlag is your one-stop shop in Adams County for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Nick Rumschlag is ready to help. Call 260-724-6010 or check out nickrumschlag.com for your surprisingly great rates on auto, home, renters, and especially life insurance today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back to live action here with Bellmont's Kevin Loesch. Had to defend against a throw of his own and did so, maintained good balance, and got the opening takedown. So Loesch leads at 2-0 here with 1:37 to go in period number 1. Dane's going to help me out and tell me who Loesch's wrestling.
He's taking on Jay Miller, a junior.
Loesch with a single leg picked up, dumps Miller down to the mat. No near fall points, but Loesch's doing his best to try to score some near fall points off of this. Loesch better get his head out of there, he's in trouble. And sure enough, he got caught. He had the legs in and got caught on his back, so he's gonna give up a reversal and a near fall. So Loesch trails 4-2 here, a minute to go, period number 1. You get sloppy with the legs, that can happen. Loesch spins in, turns in, and does a good job of getting a reversal. So now it's a 4-4 match. Loesch of Bellmont and Miller of Wawasee wrestling here at 132 pounds. Bellmont leads 20-12 on the team board. Loesch working, hanging on to a single leg. Now works his way up, attacks both. Kevin is getting a little ahead of himself, trying to get that turn before it's there, and he puts himself in bad position. Needs to take a little steam out of his opponent's sails here. Loesch with a good crossface now, in good riding position on top. Loesch jumps off to the side, could lock up the leg there if his hands, and Loesch rolls through with the lock, and he's got a near fall, and he's going to get a 2-point near fall out of it. So Kevin Loesch did a much better job of taking his time and using that cradle for a takedown.
Boy, if that cradle comes with a minute left, it might be a different story, Coach.
Yeah, he had him in good shape, but it's a 6-4 score. Both these kids have thrown each other to their back, so you know they're both capable of that.
Choice for Miller, he chooses down.
We'll see how much Loesch has improved from a year ago. Loesch sets up on top, jumps across to the opposite side, breaks him down, works a chicken wing, now runs the chicken wing across the head, and Loesch's got near fall points. Loesch did a quick job of breaking him down, hooking up a chicken wing, which is a hook, and Loesch's got him on his back. Let's see if Loesch could get him finished here. Miller does a fine job of working off of his back, and they call it potentially dangerous on the shoulder. But it's going to be a 3-point near fall for Loesch to make the score 9-4 in his favor. Bellmont leading the team board 20-12. We started at 2:15. We will end at 1:90. Whistle sounds. Loesch continues to control from top. Right in the left side. Deep waist. Now Loesch puts the legs in. See if he can maintain control with the legs. Miller working for some hand control underneath. Loesch pushing down on the head. Has the upper thigh control. That's a Michigan State ride, we used to call that back in the day. I'm sure Duke will get an opportunity to learn the Michigan State ride.
I'm sure he will.
Loesch continues to lead, 9-4, and he's on the ride here. Just does nothing silly, just doesn't get out of position. Doesn't get too eager to try to turn Mr. Miller over. Loesch continuing to work upper body with a half Nelson. Miller does a good job of fighting hand control, but Miller's on his stomach. It's with no place to wrestle from. Kevin Loesch of Bellmont.
Coach, I just think about where Kevin, or Jean-Paul as I call him, where he was a year ago, not even sniffing varsity, and then he got a taste of varsity. And isn't it funny how once you get that taste, your level rises? He looks like a completely different kid than he was a year ago today.
He was forced to. He had to. He knew if he wanted to be successful in the room. And if you're successful in the Bellmont room, you're going to be pretty successful on the mat. But here comes his opponent, Miller, out and with an escape. And that makes it 9-5 with 2 seconds remaining. So giving up a point in the final seconds of the period is never a good thing. However, it is what it is. And we'll finish this last 2 seconds off with Miller holding, trailing Loesch of Bellmont 9-5. Bellmont leading 20-12. It's going to be Loesch's choice. He's going to take on his feet. I've noticed Bellmont's not going underneath if they don't have to. Loesch with a quick shot on the leg. Gets himself all extended. He's not in good position down there. Needs to improve his position. Now he has. He's worked his way up. Working to come out from behind. Kind of an Iranian situation. Now a good half Nelson would work. There's the takedown for Loesch. So Loesch went with a bad shot, but then improved his position, scored the takedown, has an 11-5 lead with most of this third period still to be wrestled. Loesch with the legs in, works a half Nelson. Loesch should have near fall points there. Get down there. Our official down there now counting them off. That would be Josh Howard. Loesch in good position here to finish this off. He's got a good half Nelson on. He's got the arms stretched out, and there's the pin call. An elapsed time of 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Kevin Loesch of Bellmont gives Bellmont 6 more points, gives them 26-12 of Wawasee.
Hey athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Indiana Physical Therapy. Our expert team of sports performance specialists and personalized training programs will have you running circles around the competition. Injured or hurt on the field? Come see us. Our team of physical therapists are dedicated to helping you get back up to speed. With over 19 locations across Indiana, we can get you better, faster. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, and people go to get better.
And welcome back here at 138 pounds. Titus Taylor from Wawasee in deep on a double leg on Chandler Thomas, who's trying to scoot out of it, trying to get his feet behind him. They're near the edge of the mat. They go out of bounds, and no points scored.
Thomas very fortunate there.
Do a double check here. Titus Taylor, I believe, is the name that we've got. Thomas does a better job off the whistle there. He's now in on a single leg, trying to work down to the ankle, trying to pull Taylor back in. Bellmont leads 26-12 here. We're halfway through this match.
Taylor was a semi-state qualifier a year ago, so this is a quality opponent for Thomas, and Thomas is hanging tough in there.
They go off the edge of the mat and out of bounds. 40 seconds in, no score. A lot of action here right off the whistle. Let's see if it comes again on the third time. This time they stand still and look at each other. Nice shot there by Taylor. He's in deep on the right leg of Thomas, who's on his hip. Taylor trying to work up, trying to reach his arms around the waist, and he gets the opening takedown. Immediately looks for the cradle, brings the knee to the nose of Chandler Thomas, who's looking at the lights. Taylor has got that lock tight. Chandler trying to break that grip. Josh Howard not interested right now. The left shoulder of Chandler is up off the mat. Now Rogers in our way. It's okay, he's going to get 3 in the air fall at the least right now. And he gives up on it, but he readjusts, and he's got Thomas right where he wants him, and there's a fall. 1:27, and it's Titus Taylor who gets the better of Chandler Thomas.
Team score, Bellmont 26, Wawasee 18. And now it'll be Sammy Wolpert coming up for the Braves. Who does Mr. Wolpert have in this one?
Let's pull it up here. We'll skip the ad as we're in pretty good shape. When you got a lot of ads, AJ, that's because so many people are supporting our broadcast, and that's something worth mentioning. Ethan Rodriguez is the name that I have down.
And here we go, underway. And nice tilt attempted there by Wolpert, but doesn't work. But now Wolpert brings him back to the mat and has his head caught up in there. Wolpert adjusts his position, works around behind, goes to the back ankle. Should have a takedown right there, but our official didn't give it. So Wolpert looked like he had the opening takedown. Wolpert wearing a pretty heavy brace on his right shoulder. I don't know much about that, Dane. No score here, and we're wrestling at 144, which is a new weight class this year.
Coach Rodriguez was a ticket rounder 2 years ago and a semi-state qualifier a year ago, so a very experienced wrestler when it comes to varsity wrestling.
And he's in on Wolpert's legs, and they stop it as potentially dangerous on Wolpert's back. No score. Opening 40 seconds here. A couple of quality young men.
Coach Sam's going to have his work cut out for him this year. A couple of the top names in our area, Easton Doster, Tony Wood, both looking to be 144-pound semi-state champs.
Well, maybe he can just kind of follow along.
Sometimes that's the way to do it.
Get that third place. They're scrambling underneath. And I wouldn't say
Keep a hold of that.
Sam's in bad position.
There you go. There you go.
Sam's got the head and the leg. Sam's got the cradle locked up. He should have the takedown and does. Sam with the cradle locked up on that near leg. He's got the head and leg, and there's the count. Oh, this would be huge right here if he could get the call. 33 seconds to go, first period. Wolpert of Bellmont scored first with a takedown and now a three-point near fall.
Needs to be careful.
He's only giving him 2. That should be 3 by now.
There we go.
So Wolpert will have a 5-point lead. Doesn't want to get sloppy with this. He's got him over on his back. He's got him pinned. How about that? Sam Wolpert finishes the deal, 1 minute and 49 seconds against a very quality opponent. Bellmont now with 32 points to the 18 of Wawasee. And how is his opponent hurt?
I believe so. We'll give you an update right after this ad.
Timmy Takedown Tree Service on US 224, 3 miles east of Decatur, has firewood for sale. $30 a scoop, $75 for a 6-foot bed, $85 for an 8-foot bed. Timmy Takedown Tree Service can give you a free estimate on removing storm-damaged trees, grinding stumps, or trimming trees. Call 728-9120 and talk with Jake to set up an appointment. Timmy Takedown Tree Service has been in the area's best and most trusted tree service for 50 years. Stop out or call today.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys or visit our website at devoslaw.com for more information.
Good old reliable Moen faucets have style that has been around for your lifetime and probably your parents' lifetime. Moen has taken the old-fashioned design and made a faucet with a new traditional look in chrome, antique, and polished brass finishes. New Moen faucets are backed by Moen's lifetime limited warranty against leaks and drips. Ask Baker & Sons Plumbing and Heating, 702 Nutman Avenue in Decatur about Moen faucets for a lifetime. That's Baker & Sons Plumbing and Heating.
Welcome back here to Wawasee High School. of a scary situation right now as the young man is down and not moving and injured, being tended to by the trainer staff. I do believe, AJ, that we are in a situation where they are going to bring in the paramedics.
Most likely. You don't want to take any chances, especially with a neck injury. We don't know exactly what it is, but it's not good. That's for certain. Let's do a rundown of how this match started. We started at 215 pounds. Keegan Martin wrestled for Bellmont his senior year, as Keegan hopes to return to state and get some hardware this year. It only took Keegan 1 minute and 9 seconds to score a pin win, and he was wrestling Jackson Sentner. Keegan led Bellmont to a 6-0 lead. At heavyweight, Grady Baker wrestling Derek Morrison. Baker a 7-2 decision win for the sophomore. So his varsity match this year got off to a great start. Bellmont on top, 9-0. At 106 pounds, Ben Mills, the freshman from Bellmont, wrestling against Carly Clevenger, a young lady from Wawasee. Took Mills 59 seconds to score the pin win. Bellmont led 15-0. At 113 pounds, it was Ethan Curtis wrestling a state qualifier from last year, Caleb Salazar, and it was all Salazar as he used 3 minutes and 12 seconds to pin Ethan, making the score 15 for Bellmont, 6 for Wawasee. At 120 pounds, Henry Firot used a combination of tilts and takedowns to score a tech fall 16-1 victory over his opponent, another Sentner from Wawasee, and that might have been Trayvon. And that made the score Bellmont 20-6 over Wawasee. Will Franzi then was pinned in 1 minute and 10 seconds by Cameron Sentner. That gave Wawasee doubled up on their points, gave them 12 to the 20 of Bellmont. At 126, Kevin Loshi went out and got the job done with a 4 minute and 56-second pin win over Jay Miller. Bellmont leading 26-12. At 138, it was Titus Taylor of Wawasee pinning Chandler Thomas of Bellmont in 1 minute and 27 seconds, making the team score Bellmont 26 and Wawasee 18. And in our last match at 144, Sam Wolpert used a cradle to pin in his opponent. At 144, the young man who's down on the mat, I still don't have his name.
Ethan Rodriguez.
Ethan Rodriguez.
Was his name.
Is his name. Yeah, so Rodriguez was pinned by Wolpert in 1 minute 49. That makes the score 32-18 Bellmont, and that's where we're at right now with a decided hush over this auditorium.
So with that recap, we're going to run another round of commercials. We'll be back with an update on the young man after this.
Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur is hands down the best auto body repair shop in the Midwest. That's why your friends and neighbors give Bowers Paint Studio a 5-star rating on Facebook. Your family ride get dinged in an accident? Take it to Bowers for a free estimate. Need a custom paint job for your collectible car or motorcycle? Bowers Paint Studio is the place to go. Nate works with all the insurance companies and can help you get a loaner. That's Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Soul Pig Barbecue on 2nd Street in Decatur, across from the courthouse, features traditional and not so traditional barbecue, brisket, smoked meats, pulled pork, wings, burgers, soul food, steaks, fish, seafood, and a full bar service. Bring the spouse and the young ones to Soul Pig and enjoy the family side or dine on the bar side. Large portions ensure no one will go home hungry after a Soul Pig meal. Follow Soul Pig on Facebook for the daily, weekend, and entertainment specials.
Expert Transmission on US 224 in Decatur and on US 124 in Bluffton is the place to go for not only transmission help, but also full-service general auto and truck repair. Matt, Corey, and Tyler at Expert Transmission are experienced and ASE-certified mechanics who can diagnose and fix your family or work vehicle. Call Steve or Dustin soon to set up an appointment. Expert Transmission has the best warranty in the business. 5 years and 100,000 miles on a new transmission and can give you a free estimate. Call today at 724-2434 or like Expert Transmission on Facebook.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
$75 for 75 years. Hi, this is Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe. Help us celebrate our anniversary and save. Now through November 30th, save $75 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires, or save $65 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an extra $30 instantly when you use your CFNA credit card. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Restrictions apply. See Best One in Monroe or bestonetire.com for complete details. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people for 75 years.
Bring everybody back in here for a quick moment. No update on the young man. I do want to at least take the time to point out there are probably a lot of people asking questions at home. They are waiting on the ambulance to come, and they're just holding the young man in place. We assume it's a neck or a back injury. Also want to point out there was no violent throw or certainly nothing that looked out of the ordinary. Wolpert was in good position, put the cradle in and got the fall, and I don't know if it was maybe on the release, but certainly nothing flagrant or Sam is on the edge of the mat right now, and obviously it's a tough place to be in when you're the one who was wrestling. We saw this last year with Austin Christner, and it was a very difficult situation. So the Bellmont team has been through this within the last year, and we're still waiting on an update here as to what the team is going to be. Coach of Wawasee's gathering young men around for a prayer. Sam Wolpert comes across and joins them. As we said, not something that we enjoy seeing. We will try to provide you an update as the paramedics have come, and they have turned on the lights here now finally for us.
Yeah, it's tough. Just tough. I mean, injuries happen in sports, but usually in wrestling, you get some contusions and some head banging, but you hate to see those neck and head injuries.
While we let the paramedics do their work, we'll run another round of advertisements.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur.
For 71 years, the Kelly Automotive Group has serviced your automotive needs in Northeast Indiana and in Ohio. Kelly offers 14 brands of new vehicles and has over 500 used vehicles in stock. Kelly values your business and works hard for bank approval for all credit types. Visit drivekelly.com and stop at any friendly Kelly dealership. In Decatur, visit 1313 South 13th Street on U.S. Highways 27 and 33. Drive Kelly and drive with confidence. Adams Sports Medicine provides certified athletic trainers at many high school athletic events. These trainers specialize in injury prevention. Dr. Robert Kinney is board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation as well as sports medicine, while Dr. David Coates is board certified in orthopedic surgery. Both Adams Medical Group physicians will be there to provide non-surgical and surgical care. Visit adamshospital.org or call 1-833-724-DOCS to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back here to Wawasee High School as the young man, Ethan Rodriguez, is about to be lifted onto the gurney to be taken by ambulance to a local hospital where hopefully they'll check him out. We want to reiterate that it appears to be a neck or a spinal injury. No real hurry by the paramedics as far as a life-threatening injury. Covering him up now with a blanket, what we saw with Austin Christner last year. Try to keep the young man warm as he makes his way over to the hospital. We do also want to give an update on the football score. Adams Central has scored and leads now 7-6 halfway through the second period. If you're looking for the football game, you can tune into Rex over on the air. We are honestly at this point, Coach, uncertain as to the future of this dual meet. Whether or not we're going to continue after this, we'll have to wait and find out.
I would think we will, Dane. It's just it's part of the sport, and we don't want to see this. And I thought the paramedics did a good job of getting here quickly, as quickly as they could, based on a Friday night. And the young man's being taken out right now, an ovation from the crowd. And like Dane told you earlier, we watched this with Austin Christner. And Austin Christner came back, wrestled again the same year, and is going on to play college baseball. So, I mean, this is maybe hopefully not as bad as it looks.
We'll see here what Roger and Josh and Coach Myers decide to do. While they go over that, we're going to play another round of commercials.
Most of us take clean water for granted, but the plain truth is cities work hard to keep our waterways and stormwater sewers as clean as possible. In the field and around the neighborhood, you are the city's eyes. What you casually observe can make a difference. So if you see signs of trouble, including odd odors, unnatural water color, or signs of dumping or spills, please notify the city immediately. Be proactive. Choose to make a difference. Get more ideas on the web at DecaturIN.org.
Quality dentistry for people of all ages. That's what you'll find at Decatur Dental Services. This is Dr. Taylor Trevere at Decatur Dental Services. We provide a wide range of dental treatment, including preventative, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry. Located at the corner of 224 East and Pickway Road in Decatur, we offer convenient office hours, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information about our practice, please find us on Facebook or visit our website at DecaturDentalIN.com.
Welcome back here, as it looks like we are going to get back underway. We double-check the score. We double-check who is going to have choice.
Well, it's a new match. It's Blake Luganbill, and who will Blake be wrestling here at 150?
He's going to take on Brody Young. That's his opponent at 150 pounds. Really excited about Blake's season for Bellmont. His attitude, like you said, the leadership role that he's been given.
Brody's wrestling is a ninth grader.
A ninth grader. Is this one mine or yours, Coach?
I think it's yours.
Okay, Blake Luganbill, 150 pounds. Senior versus a freshman. It's a tough one, especially a tough act to follow. Double leg there by Luganbill. Luganbill, nice crossface. Too nice, apparently. Josh Howard says, hey, you can't do that.
Good grief.
I'm going to give a 1-point penalty to the opponent there, Brody Young. It was a little too harsh in the eyes of Josh Howard. Young stands up. Brought back down to the mat by Luganbill. Luganbill works him over.
Tilt.
Getting near fall now. 30 seconds in. He's got 2, maybe 3. Again, trying to turn Young. He does again. He walks over him. Works that left arm around. He's holding 3. Young trying to bridge out of it. Luganbill doing a nice job of adjusting each time. Luganbill looking for the fall. Instead, he's going to get 3 near fall, and they go back. Young goes back to his base.
Luganbill leads 5-1. Bellmont leads 32-18.
After this match, we have just 4 bouts remaining. Of course, Bellmont still got Duke Myers in there. A couple of other pinners. Braves in good shape right now to pick up an opening win here in the season. Trying to get our sorts back here, Coach. That was a scary moment. There's the fall. Minute 34 as Luganbill again walks over Young and gets the fall over the freshman, and that puts Bellmont up 20 points with just 4 bouts remaining.
At 157, Landon Rich is going to be stepping into the lineup. As
he'll be taking on Carson 9, who was a varsity wrestler last year. Didn't make it out of the sectional, but has some varsity experience. Carson 9 taking on sophomore Landon Rich.
So Rich wrestling 9. 9 reaches for a knee pull, grabs it, takes Rich down to the mat, and has a quick 2-0 lead. Gavin Davis watching from the sidelines, not happy about that. But you'll expect to see Gavin before the season is done at this weight class, 157. Tim Myers said he wrestled with Gavin for 20 minutes the other day, and Gavin Davis is strong enough to beat just about everybody. 2-0's the score here. 9 of Wawasee leading Rich of Bellmont. Rich with his head on the mat, looking for some hand control underneath there. 9 just riding a deep waist near arm. Rich broken down now to his stomach. 9 working a power half Nelson. Jumping from side to side, now a crossface. No penalty there. That was with some fervor. Rich works for some hand control. Now he's reached up and controlled a leg. Needs to square up. Now he goes for a double, does Rich, and Rich has got a reversal. So he did square up. Scored the reversal to make it 2-2. Rich takes him back down to the mat. Officials looking for locked hands. But Rich unlocked them. You can lock your hands and take them down to the mat, but then you've got reaction time to unlock. Rich has got the legs in. He's got a power half Nelson in. And he's in the process of getting a little sloppy with the legs, but a good crossface there. Does a nice job of maintaining his control. Needs to hip up, maintain that control. There's 10 seconds left to go in this first period. Get your head up, young man. There you go, 7 seconds. And now Rich gets out of that. Gives up the escape with 3 seconds left to make the score 3-2 as they go into the second period. You can generally tell with the legs in when you're getting out of control. And you don't want to lose a reversal to your back. Give up the escape. They start this second period on their feet. Landon Rich of Bellmont trailing 3-2. Bellmont leading 38-18 on the team board. We're wrestling here at 157. We wrestle up to 190. Headlock by 9 of Wawasee. Rich trying to roll him through. Rich doesn't get him rolled through. Rich now fighting to get off his near shoulder. 9 trying to finish this, and he does with a headlock. Elapsed time of 2 minutes and 26 seconds. So caught in a headlock. 6 more team points for Wawasee, making the score 38. Bellmont 24, Wawasee.
Wawasee going to have to win the last 3 bouts here to pick up the team victory. It's a good time for me to tell you that Ahead of the Curve Driving Academy in Decatur, servicing young drivers from Heritage and Bellmont, Adams Central, and South Adams. A couple of former wrestlers involved, including my old coach, Joe Wolpert. Proud to be a wrestling sponsor. Duke Myers now.
Quick double leg. Boom. Low shot, and he was in on the legs, and he's got it.
Myers with a quick 2-0 lead. His opponent is, we forgot to look. You know, a night like tonight makes you appreciate Steve back at the studio, because Steve does all the work while we do our work, and when you don't have him, it's double the work. Another takedown there by Myers. He's taking on Benji Brace, according to the book. Usually when we send it back to the studios to Steve, we do our work. Another double leg by Myers. That's his third one of the match, 30 seconds in.
Brace is a sophomore, obviously overmatched in this bout. And most everybody that Duke wrestles this year is going to be overmatched. He'll see a half a dozen opponents his quality.
Myers lets his man up. Looking for his fourth takedown here in the first 45 seconds. Coach Calver talked a little bit earlier in the broadcast about Myers' decision as to where he was going, fueled somewhat by his college choice. Now trying another double leg on the edge of the mat, and he gets it. And they go out of bounds, and he's got an 8-3 lead here, a minute 5 in. Coach taking a look at the 165 rankings. It was Anthony Cashman who beat Duke at state last year from Warren Central. He's back. He's ranked number 2, and we can say it. The number 1 ranked wrestler from Crown Point was a state champ in Maryland last year.
Imagine that.
So back at it here. Myers leads 8-4. That's 4 takedowns and 4 escapes. A big blast double there by Myers as he picks up the 5th takedown. They're on the edge of the mat. See when Duke decides that he's going to go for the fall. He wants that big tomahawk steak at the end of the year, Coach. There he's got the cradle. 5 was the magic number. Duke in the shadows over there. Maybe that's the way wrestling should go, Coach.
I think
spotlight on the mat, and when you can't see them anymore, then they're out of bounds.
I think that could be a band. Duke in the shadows.
Duke in the shadows.
Or the shadows of night.
So, Myers, 12-4 lead. See what he tries to get here in the last 10 seconds. I think he wants to get another takedown in the second period. Pressing hard on that head with the elbow. And the clock's going to run out here, and Myers is going to head into the second with a 12-4 lead. And Bellmont about to clinch this dual meet. A young man from Wawasee, Brace, chooses down. And away we go here in the second period. Brace gets to his feet. Let go by Myers. Myers trying to set up that double leg again. Thought about a throw there for a second. Brace with both feet out of bounds. Myers trying to position his man back in the center of the mat. Brace again with 2 feet out of bounds. And they go out. Minute 36 left in the second period. Team score 38-24 in Bellmont's favor.
It's a tough task, but Mr. Brace needs to stay in the center and wrestle.
Duke ties up. Brace doing his best. Quick move there by Myers to get around behind, but they go out of bounds again. Back underway. Another name that we'll be mentioning this year at 165 is Levi Abbott from Cowan, Coach Tony Abbott's son, headed to West Liberty over in West Virginia.
Snap down, go behind by Myers, and that's another takedown to make the score 14-5 in favor of Duke.
6 takedowns now in the bout.
He's going to look for a side cradle, and I think he's got it locked up.
Put his head in the side. He walks it over. Looks to be in good position here. Myers trying to readjust. Instead, he's going to take 2 near fall. As I look through my lens here, I believe it was 2.
It was.
That makes the score 16-5. 40 seconds left in the second period. Myers thinks about putting the legs in. Brace trying to get to his base, and a chin drop by Myers. He's going to get at least 2 near fall. And that's what it'll be, is 2 more. It's 18-5. Getting into that time period, you got to decide, am I going for the tech or am I going for the fall? Sort of bundles him over there, and he's going to get 3 near fall, and that's going to be that. See if he can finish off for the fall. He readjusts, and there it is.
Does get the fall.
3 minutes and 54 seconds is the fall
elapsed
time.
Yep, 44 for Bellmont, 24 for Wawasee. That win for Bellmont will clinch this dual meet. Under a bit of a black cloud due to the injury at 144 pounds of the Wawasee young man. But we keep our fingers crossed, and he's in our prayers. Now coming up at 175, Bellmont sophomore, who was a conference champion last year at way down the weight list, Xavier Palacios, has bumped up to 175. Xavier's got a single leg picked up. Goes for the single in the head. He's got the cradle locked up. He's got the opening takedown. Didn't keep the cradle, but he scored the opening takedown to make it 2-0. Now Xavier's going to cut him loose, and they get back to their feet neutral.
Wrestling Will Hoy for Wawasee, H-O-Y. Nice little high crotch there by Palacios. He turns it into a takedown.
Yeah, he's going to wrestle like a little guy with a big man's body. He was quite the goaltender for the Bellmont soccer team this year. He's an athlete, and he's a terrific wrestler. This is going to be one of those young guys that will make the difference as to how far Bellmont can go as a team. Hoy tries to rip Palacios out. Palacios keeps his good balance and finishes the takedown on that high crotch. And now he locks up a side cradle, and he's got him stuck. Waiting for the call. Nothing's up. Josh, there it is. 1 minute and 4 seconds. Xavier Palacios scores a pin win. Bellmont now on top, 50-24.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA. Back underway here, the final bout of the night. It is Cole Mendez and his opponent for Wawasee is Donovan Blair.
This is the young man that wrestled Henry last year in the final match of the night.
A bit ironic that that he gets the honor again.
Win or lose, it's not going to affect the outcome.
Not like it did at Bellmont last year. A nice little throw by there, and he takes Mendez down for the opening takedown. Donovan Blair, as we mentioned earlier in the show, receiving a preseason ranking for his season last year from Indiana Matt. Minute 12 left here. Mendez trying to work hand control underneath and free himself. Works up. He's on his feet, and he gets the escape. So 2-1, Blair with the lead. Mendez trying to set up a shot, trying to find separation. Reach for an ankle there by Blair, fought off by Mendez. Mendez tries a double. Blair steps back, fights it off. They separate. 30 seconds left. Both adjust their headgear. Another half shot there by Blair. This one could be an interesting one. Let's see if Cole can find something here in the last 15 seconds. At least give a shot.
Cole's been doing great in the room this year, and he's taken the responsibility on as a senior, and this is a good match for him because this is a quality opponent, and he's going to have to wrestle his best to win this.
One of the boys who played really hard this football season for the Braves, deserves a lot of credit for going straight from football season into wrestling.
2-1. Mendez trails here. Bellmont has the meet locked up as they lead it 50-24.
Blair chooses bottom. And we're back underway here in the second period. Blair gets to his feet, trying to break the hands of Mendez. Mendez trying to lift his man back up. He drops down to a single leg. So Mendez maintains control. Mendez now with a leg caught behind him, trying to reach across. Blair trying to get to his feet. He does. Once again, trying to break the hands of Mendez. Mendez going to try to lift him.
Mendez has to take him back down or he's going to get warned for stall, and he did get warned for stall.
Right before the escape from Blair, there was a stalling warning on Mendez for not returning his man to the mat. So 3-1, Blair leads it, but Mendez is still in this one, but he needs to find some offense now that he trails by 2. Each wrestler trying to find their tie, trying to set up their shot. Blair touches the mat with his left hand. Mendez tries to snap down, fakes a shot. Another fake shot. Collar tie by Mendez. Mendez races him to the edge of the mat. Blair spins around, grabs an ankle, but they go out of bounds. 47 seconds left. 9 wins so far for Bellmont, 4 wins for Wawasee. We're in the 14th bout. We've had no forfeits. Always good when you get to see 14 bouts in a varsity match.
You bet.
Front headlock now by Mendez. Blair fights out of it. 30 seconds left.
Blair made a bad shot there, and Mendez was unable to get around and go behind. He had an opportunity.
Out of bounds there, and Mendez is hit with stalling again, and
now that'd have been a point if he was hit again.
I thought he signaled 1. Yep, they did. Josh Howard awarding a point to Blair. Of course, we're in the dark, so the scoreboard can't see Howard because he's standing in the dark. But it is 4-1. Eventually, they'll put it on the scoreboard. They separate. 3 seconds left here in the second period. A quick end of the period shot on a single leg by Blair. Not enough time to finish it. Now that the period's over, Josh walks all the way over there and says, "Hey, I called stalling."
Jesus, bad call, Josh Howard.
2 minutes left for Cole Mendez to get his escape. I would have called a caution there, but whatever.
It's either stalling or you're not.
Blair driving Mendez's head into the mat. Mendez trying to get his right wrist free. Blair looking to maybe run a half Nelson. Mendez peels it off, as you're taught to do. Gets to his base, and Blair lets him up with 22 seconds into the third period. Now, Mendez needs a takedown to tie it.
Within a takedown, so.
Nice single leg by Blair. That's the best shot either wrestler has had this match. They're at the edge of the mat, though, and Mendez has done a nice job of countering it. And we're going to get a stalemate.
Oh, my. I might have given that takedown as soon as Mendez, his rear end hit the mat.
Mendez did a nice job after his rear end hit the mat to get his foot back out from behind him. So let's see what Mendez can do now. 4-2, he trails, 1:07 left. Wrestling over near the Bellmont bench, across from where we are. We're behind where the basketball goal would be. Got a nice view here. Nice setup at Wawasee. Mendez is going to try to throw, maybe. They go out of bounds, and we get
warning
on Blair.
Bellmont leads 50-24. This will determine the final score, but Bellmont's
nice
gonna
double
win.
leg by Mendez, trying to fight it off. He sprawls, grabs an ankle, tries to keep his hips down. Blair's going to come through. We're going to see what Mendez trying to keep a whizzer in, but Blair's in on a single leg. He's now down on his butt again. 30 seconds left. Blair reaches around, and he's going to get the takedown. 6-2 is the score now, and Mendez is going to need a big one at the end here to take this bout. A very quality opponent, as we mentioned earlier, ranked in the state. And it should bode in the end as a positive win or lose for Mendez because he's in this match. Mendez gets his escape. There's only 6 seconds left. He comes in. He's going to try a throw. And he attempts it, but it ends with no points scored. Nope.
No.
He had consulted Roger, and Roger said no change, and the match ends 6-3 in favor of Blair, making the final score between these two teams 50-27.
Correct.
So with that, we're going to play a round of commercials here, and we'll be right back.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm, because State Farm agent Nick Rumschlag is your one-stop shop in Adams County for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Nick Rumschlag is ready to help. Call 260-724-6010 or check out nickrumschlag.com for your surprisingly great rates on auto, home, renters, and especially life insurance today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays. Mondays at Simon Manufacturing, 27 South in Bern. And in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment. No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
$75 for 75 years. Hi, this is Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe. Help us celebrate our anniversary and save. Now through November 30th, save $75 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires, or save $65 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an extra $30 instantly when you use your CFNA credit card. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Restrictions apply. See Best One in Monroe or bestonetire.com for complete details. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people for 75 years.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do. And then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's Sure Flow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at Sure Flow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call Sure Flow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. Sure Flow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
Hey athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Indiana Physical Therapy. Our expert team of sports performance specialists and personalized training programs will have you running circles around the competition. Injured or hurt on the field? Come see us. Our team of physical therapists are dedicated to helping you get back up to speed. With over 19 locations across Indiana, we can get you better, faster. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, people go to get better.
Welcome back here to Wawasee High School as the Bellmont Braves have been victorious 50-27. We're joined in the interview loft by the head coach of the Braves, Coach Tim Myers.
Coach, this interview is being brought to you by Uncle Steve. Steve Fiesel's Velocity Motors over in Bluffton, where you always get quality vehicles at value pricing.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can't beat Uncle Steve. You can't. He's about ready to hit me up for another one, though, I'm pretty sure. It's about time.
You think it's about time?
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
what did you think about the kids' performance tonight?
I'm very, very happy with them. I really am. That's why we wanted to schedule Wawasee early in the year. They're traditionally a good team who's good fighters, top to bottom, and I want to see where we are in November. And pretty happy with our guys. We've done a lot of just wrestling this year, and people listening probably say, "Well, of course you do." Well, no. It not a whole lot of showing moves. We are wrestling. And when it's time to run, we wrestle. So there's just a lot of wrestling, so it's good.
A couple of your young guys, I thought, did a great job. Henry Farrote came out his first varsity match with a tech fall, did a fine job, 16-1. And Kevin Loshi looked a little sloppy early on, but he hung right in there and ends up getting a pin win. So
Yeah, he did. Well, first of all, Henry, I mean, the kid's a beast. He's as strong as a 215-pounder. And he wore on a pretty solid kid tonight, and just with his wings just stayed on it. So persistent.
Tilted.
Yeah. And then Kevin had a little bit of a weight issue tonight, which is uncommon early in the season. It's never easy, first weigh-ins of the year. But he's a fighter, and the thing I'm happy with Kevin, it was a little sloppy, but he never stopped.
Nope.
He just kept going and going, and that's hard to teach, that one.
It's unfortunate, but in Sammy Wolpert's match, we had that injury happen to Ethan Rodriguez, and that was a tough way to see that end as Wolpert had him laid out and had him pinned.
Right.
And it didn't look like it was anything that Sam did that incurred that injury. But
No,
we're
not
just
at all.
all hopeful, that the kid's going to be okay.
Right, and the Rodriguez kid, he's a tough kid, and you hate to see it happen to anyone in any sport. But I was honestly possibly the most proud I was of our guys tonight is when that happened. A lot of them just took a knee and were saying prayers for them. So, wrestling's going to end someday, but that stuff is pretty good, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah, they're good young men.
Yeah, they are.
Quality kids. And I
Yep.
know your kids were involved in a reading program recently, which is terrific stuff.
Yeah, it was fun, and they enjoyed it too. I figured they'd hate it, but by the end of the night, they said it was pretty fun, so they enjoyed it, and why not? We'll do stuff like that, and the kids wanted to wrestle with them. Of course, you might as well, right?
Grady Baker, your sophomore heavyweight, scores a win tonight. That's got to make everybody happy.
Well, he's sitting right behind you, and he's got a big grin on his face right now, and he should.
Hey, Bake.
That kid's a monster, and the pressure that he put on that kid tonight just broke the kid in half. And I haven't seen that happen in a long time, because a lot of times when kids are on the mat, they'll drop to a knee and take the pressure off. But Grady was just driving it and looked like a football player for some reason. Just so proud of him. He's a stud.
Well, he's going to get nothing but better.
I know.
And eventually you're going to find a takedown that he's comfortable with.
Absolutely.
But his stance was good. His position was good. He never got out of position.
I know.
And that made all the difference.
I know. We are slowly convincing all these bakers that they're wrestlers. Isn't that right, Grady?
So tell me what's up ahead for Bellmont.
Well, we got Goshen coming up. JVs are in action tomorrow at Carroll. So they'll get a few matches in, and then Goshen. That's a lot of mat time. Hopefully the competition, there's a little bit more, but that's simply a lot of wrestling too. Whether the competition's really tough or not, you're getting a lot of mat time, opportunity to hit a lot of different things and see where we're at.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
I thought it was a good first effort, solid first effort. I thought we were in good shape. And nobody looked like they gassed out there.
Right,
We
right.
got beat by a couple of opponents that were just better than we were.
Right.
But like you say, you wanted to get a good first match, and you got one.
Well, and that kid, I'm so proud of Cole Mendez tonight. That kid's tough.
Yeah, Donovan Blair.
Yes,
kid,
yes.
He made a mistake.
I know he
last
did.
year.
I know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Cole's walking off the mat. I'm smiling and hugging him, saying that sent a message. Because Cole can battle with some really good kids. We've known it for a long time, but now he's getting a shot.
Good. And just develop that one go-to takedown that he's got confidence in.
Yep.
And he'd go a long way with that.
I know it. So I'm excited.
Hey, this interview has been brought to you by whom?
Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve Fiesel at Velocity Motors over in Bluffton.
I still don't know where Thanksgiving is.
Quality cars at value pricing, and you'll have to eat some extra turkey and dressing off of Steve today.
Oh, yeah, I'll raid his house.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot,
guys.
Tim.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Make your car, truck, or van really special with accessories from Innovative Concepts Audio Video.
We offer a complete line of WeatherTech floor mats, mud flaps, wind deflectors, pickup steps, and LED lights, plus stereos, remote starts, forward and rear cameras, radar detectors, and of course, mind-blowing stereo installations.
Lights, camera, action. Innovative Concepts Audio Video can make your ride magnificent. Innovative Concepts, 1421 Manchester Street. We bring technology to you.
When you're doing new construction or remodeling and you need drywall, the name to call is Paul Baker Drywall. Paul Baker Drywall does championship caliber work and gives you free estimates. Paul uses all the latest styles for your approval, and his work is always guaranteed. Give Paul a call today at 701-4388. That's 701-4388. When it's time for drywall, use the best, Paul Baker Drywall.
Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur is hands down the best auto body repair shop in the Midwest. That's why your friends and neighbors give Bowers Paint Studio a 5-star rating on Facebook. Your family ride get dinged in an accident? Take it to Bowers for a free estimate. Need a custom paint job for your collectible car or motorcycle? Bowers Paint Studio is the place to go. Nate works with all the insurance companies and can help you get a loaner. That's Bowers Paint Studio on West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Hi everybody, this is Steve Fiesel in beautiful Bluffton, Indiana, the home of Velocity Motors. Winter doldrums getting you down? Tired of going out and seeing if old Betsy was going to start for you this morning? Velocity Motors has your answer. Stop in and see us for your next ride. Since 2009, Velocity Motors has been helping folks with their next car. Credit's your issue? Velocity Motors has financing options for almost everyone. Come to Velocity Motors where you're always greeted with a smile and treated with respect.
Timmy Takedown Tree Service on US 224, 3 miles east of Decatur is firewood for sale. $30 a scoop, $75 for a 6-foot bed, $85 for an 8-foot bed. Timmy Takedown Tree Service can give you a free estimate on removing storm-damaged trees, grinding stumps, or trimming trees. Call 728-9120 and talk with Jake to set up an appointment. Timmy Takedown Tree Service has been in the area's best and most trusted tree service for 50 years. Stop out or call today. Expert Transmission on US 224 in Decatur and on US 124 in Bluffton is the place to go for not only transmission help, but also full-service general auto and truck repair. Matt, Corey, and Tyler at Expert Transmission are experienced and ASE-certified mechanics who can diagnose and fix your family or work vehicle. Call Steve or Dustin soon to set up an appointment. Expert Transmission has the best warranty in the business. 5 years and 100,000 miles on a new transmission and can give you a free estimate. Call today at 724-2434 or like Expert Transmission on Facebook.
Back here live at Wawasee High School with one of the young sophomores who scored his first varsity win tonight. I believe it was your first varsity win. Grady, was that correct?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
I was a little nervous going into it, but once I got that first takedown, I knew I had him, and I just kept my pressure down, kept him on the mat, and we were both so sweaty. I couldn't hit anything from bottom or from on top, but.
I noticed when you had the opportunity to go underneath him, you didn't take it. You stayed neutral. Is that part of the coaching you got from Myers?
No, they haven't really said anything about like if I should go neutral, bottom, or top. But I think that I'm not really confident in my bottom or top yet, but so I like to go neutral and work from my feet.
Yeah. What position did you play this year on the football team?
I was offensive line and defensive line.
And what did you play football at? What did you weigh?
I weighed, during football season, I weighed at about 230.
And what do you weigh now?
Tonight, I weighed in at 248.
Okay, so you are a legitimate heavyweight.
Yeah, I've been trying to put on a few pounds.
All right, well, that's good. We need you bulked up a
Yeah.
little bit. And again, congratulations on your career. You're just getting your career started in
Yes.
football,
Yep.
and hopefully you can be a 3-year starter in wrestling and keep those ankles safe.
Definitely, yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody out there listening?
Mom and Dad, for Mom was pretty stressed, but she came out, gave me a big hug, and it was nice to see.
Yeah, wrestling is stressful on moms. There's no question about
definitely, yeah. She was nervous for wrestle-offs, and I knew she'd be nervous for the first one.
Well, listen, you enjoy Thanksgiving. You're one of the few
yeah.
wrestlers that can really, really enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
that'll be nice.
That will be good. Congratulations, and we look forward to great things
Yeah,
for the
thank
rest
you
of
very
the
much,
season.
guys.
You bet. And that's Grady Baker of Bellmont High School heavyweight. And Dane, throw it back to you here.
Absolutely. We're going to run it back for our last round of commercials, and we'll wrap it up after this.
Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. On the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
You may not know it, but Hitzer Patio and Fireplace is the perfect gift center for most everyone on your gift list. Big Green Egg Grills, gift certificates, tabletop pellet grills, Pelican premium coolers, cast iron kettles, and Dutch oven. Unique gift ideas for special people on your gift list. Hitzer, 269 East Main Street in Bern.
Dave Nathan from the Z-Team here for the All-American gas stations in Monroe, Hoagland, Monroeville, Ossian, and throughout Z-Land, and it's happening again. The All-American stores not only give to countless charities, but they're also supporters of local high school athletics here on ZBD. The next time you need gas or a quick snack, stop in for a cold fountain pop, an energy drink, or a hot meal. From Monster energy drinks to Snickers bars, from smoothies to a hot meal on the go, it's all at your local All-American stores. Check out the All-American Stores official Facebook page for more details and sales. The All-American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team.
Okay, here for the final time, we're going to wrap things up here. We're going to go back and forth like we usually do on WZBD when it comes to wrestling action. The match began at 215 pounds, and Keegan Martin was your fall winner in a minute 9 over Trayvon Sanders and Sander, and that gave Bellmont a 6-0 lead. Oh, we forgot to turn you up.
At heavyweight, Grady Baker, who we just had a nice interview with, a well-spoken young man, had a 7-2 decision victory over Derek Morrison, giving Bellmont a 9-0 lead.
At 106 pounds in his varsity debut, freshman Ben Mills got a fall in 59 seconds over Carly Clevenger to give Bellmont a 15-0 lead.
At 113, Ethan Curtis faced a very tough Caleb Salazar and was defeated by fall in 3 minutes and 12 seconds, making the score Bellmont 15 and Wawasee 6.
Another freshman got his first win in his debut. That was Henry Farrow, 16-1 on the tech fall against Jackson Center, and Bellmont led it 20-6.
At 126 pounds, Will Franzi was defeated by fall by Cameron Sentner in 1 minute and 10 seconds, making the score Bellmont 20 and Wawasee 12.
At 132 pounds, a senior for Bellmont, Kevin Loesch gets the fall in the third period, 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Loesch comes off his back against Jay Miller early in the match, and Bellmont takes a 26-12 lead.
At 138, Chandler Thomas was defeated by Titus Taylor by fall in a minute and 27 seconds, making the team score Bellmont 26, Wawasee 18.
At 144 pounds, a highly anticipated match, Sam Wolpert gets the cradle fall in a minute 49 against Ethan Rodriguez, and Bellmont led it 32-18.
At 150, Blake Luganbill, one of Belmont's captains, scored a 1 minute and 34-second pin win over outmatched Brody Young of Wawasee, making the score 38 Bellmont, 18 Wawasee.
A headlock by Carson 9 early in the second period led to a fall over Landon Rich. That's a win for Wawasee to make the score 38-24.
At 165, Duke Myers starts his senior year a little better than he started his junior year a year ago tonight, as Myers with a 3 minute and 54-second pin win over Benji Brace, making his team score Bellmont 44 and Wawasee 24.
It was a fall for Bellmont at 175 pounds as Xavier Palacios scores the pin against Will Hoy in a minute 9, giving Bellmont 50 team points to Wawasee's 24.
Final match of the night at 190, it was Donovan Blair, a State Streeter from a year ago, with a 6-3 decision over Belmont senior Cole Mendez, making the final score Belmont 50 and Wawasee 27.
And that's how we wrap things up tonight, Coach. Good job.
You too. Appreciate you folks tuning in on YouTube. It was a first-time experience for all of us. And for the rest of the year, I believe we're going to be on air.
Well, that is the plan.
Okay. Good night, everybody.